place to be, where young, minds set free, lives and dreams, stories flow. In the Legacy Lounge, let's go. Welcome to the Legacy Lounge. Catch the beat, hear the sound, your voice, your story, loud and proud. In the Legacy Lounge, we're young and proud.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Legacy Lounge. I'm Morgan, your host, and I'm super excited to dive into the vibrant world of youth work right here in our community. Each week we'll be exploring the incredible project, the talented young artists and the dedicated team who are shaping the future of Irvine Youth Legacy Centre. Today we're introducing Irvine Youth Legacy Centre, a small but mighty organisation that's making a huge difference in the lives of young people through creative expression. We'll be hearing from the amazing staff who run the project, as well as some of the young participants themselves, and how they're using everything from early intervention to creative arts to make their voices heard. So stick around as we uncover the power of Irvine Youth Legacy Centre. Let's get started.
Every week, fresh new tales, inspiration never fails, trendy beats and friendly chats, we're vibing here, how about that?
Today, for our first ever podcast, I'm thrilled to be joined by Jamie Haswell, a youth development worker, Kelly Paul, a youth worker, Sarah Docherty, a youth worker and student who's involved with Irvine Youth Legacy Centre, and Ellie Swanson, a local artist, as well as being a youth worker who collaborates within the centre. Welcome everyone. Jamie, let's start with you. Can you give us an overview of what Irvine Youth Legacy Centre is, what's its mission, and what kind of programmes do you offer?
Yeah, of course. So the Irvine Youth Legacy Centre, as I like to call it, IYLC, was founded originally in 2013 as a group, and then in 2020 we gained a premises and we officially opened the youth centre in 2022. This was in response to a clear need for a safe, supportive space for young people in Irvine Town. It was created by local youth workers, community partners, and young people after recognising that a lot of young people had nowhere to go and were spending their times on the streets without support. Since then, its mission's been to just offer a safe space, belonging, opportunities through free youth work-led programmes focusing on well-being, inclusion, confidence building, and community voice. The centre now runs drop-ins, mindfulness and mental health groups, general support, girls and boys groups, food provision, and youth-led community projects that gives young people a wide range of tools to empower themselves to shape their own futures.
And Kelly, what age range do you typically work with?
The age range I work with is from 11 to 18.
Ellie, as a local artist, what's your role in the centre and how do you see arts contributing to community development here?
So my role in the centre is as a sessional youth worker, but I got involved with the Legacy Centre through after I had graduated a couple of years ago, and I was just trying to get experience working with different groups in the community, working with different ages, different backgrounds and stuff. And you guys had not long moved into your first centre, and the young people wanted it to reflect them a wee bit more. So I came in and I worked with some of the young people, and we came up with a design for a mural we were going to decorate the place with, and then obviously things fell through. But from there I became a sessional youth worker.
Sarah, as a student who's participating in the centre's programme, what's your experience been like so far?
I've had the best time, honestly. I'm lucky to call it a job. It's one of those, the saying whereas find something you love doing and you'll never work a day in your life. That's basically how I live by the now. Don't get me wrong, there's you get the bad days, but as a whole, I'm lucky to be in a job that I'm in.
Jamie, let's talk a bit about community development theory. How does the Irvine Youth Legacy Centre apply principles of empowerment, participation, and social justice in its work?
Um, of course. So Irvine Youth Legacy Centre applies like kind of community development values and theories in real life practical ways. At its core, the centre's built built round empowerment. Young people aren't just participants; they shape the work. Through the action team, it's peer-led projects, decision making about the programs. Their voices genuinely influence what the centre delivers. When it comes to participation, it's embedded in everyday practice, from co-designing activities or taking part in community projects, to leading fundraising efforts. The young people are active contributors; they're not just passive service users. The centre creates the conditions for this, for them to take ownership. And finally, when it comes to social justice, it underpins everything. The centre provides free access to food, support, and safe spaces. We run inclusive groups like our wellbeing groups and our girls groups, and we tackle issues like mental health, substance use, and inequality head on. By meeting young people where they're at, removing the barriers to support, we ensure that all young people, especially the most marginalised, can access their rights and really thrive.
Kelly, can you give us an example of how the centre promotes participation and leadership among young people?
By running a youth-led programme where young people take on activity, roles and planning and organising community events. For instance, young people help design workshops, manage social media campaigns and lead peer decision groups. This allows them to develop communication skills, teamwork and decision-making skills and having a real say in how the community operates.
And Ellie, how do you see the centre contributing to the overall well-being and resilience of the community?
So I would say, like, in many ways, the centre works like not just with young people, but having, you know, like the ADP and different groups use the centre as well as young people, and I think it's really good that the young people get to see different people, different backgrounds, and they become a wee bit more like sympathetic towards those kind of things. And also, yeah, like the centre or like offers different services and signposts to different things.
Sarah, how has being involved in community-based arts and media at the youth centre influenced your personal development or future career aspirations?
So the community arts and media has been very transformative. I've found with our young people and for myself. I've noticed it's given young people a brave space to come and share about their experiences and troubles. And the real power comes when the young people are supporting each other by listening and giving advice. Maybe not always the correct or suitable advice, but they do try and help out and understand one another. I've noticed that being creative has allowed myself to see that no matter your ability, being creative in any way, it's another way of communicating and a starting point for making real change to build trust and relationships. I love the fact that it doesn't matter your experience, your background, your level of academia. It's not about the grades and there's no right or wrong. That's what I love about it. Within my own career and practice, it gave me the opportunity to work. It gave me the opportunity to work intergenerationally during the summer, but I found myself actually really enjoying it. And now moving forward, I would try and look for opportunities in intergenerational work. The young people learned from the seniors, and they learned like it's a different world now, and they've learned from each other and new understandings and meanings. Um, and that's where the social change starts, you know. Yes, it wasn't for everyone, that intergenerational project, and some seniors pulled out, but nothing really goes to plan, especially within CLD work. But in the future, yeah, I would really like to look for any opportunities in that aspect with intergenerational work and community arts, because I found it really broke down barriers and stereotypes, and it allows everyone to be seen as equals and get involved no matter your capability. I think there should be more funding in the arts, and as it has so much instrumental value.
Jamie, what are some of the challenges the centre faces and how do you overcome them?
So the centre's definitely experienced its fair share of challenges. First of all would be the access to funding. It's a constant pressure. As you know, youth work's often first to be cut, so we have to be really persistent and creative and always ready to evidence the impact that we have in the community. We overcome that by building strong partnerships, involving young people in fundraising and staying rooted in what the community actually wants and needs. We also we also deal with public perception and kind of blame culture. Far too often, young people are seen as a problem rather than part of the solution. And we address this by just being visible, but making sure we're inviting the community in and showcasing the positive work that young people are leading on and they're delivering, with the hope that when people see the reality, that the narratives will shift. And finally, like many grassroots projects, we rely heavily on volunteer and community spirit. That's what keeps us going. But along with that would be a strong shared vision for a better future for young people. That sense of purpose pulls everyone together, even when resources are tight. And the commitment for staff, volunteers, and young people themselves is what allows the centre to keep growing and overcome all these obstacles.
So, Ellie, what unique challenges and rewards have you experienced while delivering community-based arts and media programmes in a youth centre setting?
I think there's loads of different things that kind of come to mind. Obviously, challenges, as is with any kind of community work, it's about life happens and sometimes people aren't going to turn up, or that can be quite challenging, maybe frustrating at times, but that's just the nature of working with communities. But rewards wise, I think seeing a project going from the beginning when they're all quite awkward, and it goes to the end where they're really friendly with each other, and they get to see the kind of outcome. Like a couple of weeks ago, we had an exhibition at the Hack, and there was a boy who came along who we'd worked with 6 months ago in Garnock Valley, and he was so proud of his work being on the wall, and it was quite emotional seeing seeing that sort of thing.
Thank you all so much for sharing your insights and experiences. It's so clear that the Irvine Youth Legacy Centre is making a real difference in the lives of young people and the community as a whole. That was Jamie Haswell, Kelly Paul, Sarah Docherty and Ellie Swanson from the Irvine Youth Legacy Centre. When we come back, we'll be hearing directly from some of the young people whose lives have been impacted by this incredible project. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the Legacy Lounge. Catch the beat, hear the sound, your voice, your story, loud and proud in the Legacy Lounge. We're young and bound.
Welcome back. Today we're diving into the heart of what makes our community thrive. It's our young people. We're showcasing success stories from our youth project, a space designed not just for activities, but as a living example of community development in action. Think of it as building social capital, these networks and relationships that empower individuals and strengthen the community as a whole. Now let's hear directly from those who've experienced it. Here with me I have 3 incredible young people from Irvine Youth Legacy Centre's action team, Ali, Katie and Laurie. Now we have Ali, age 16 and a social media manager for Irvine Youth Legacy Centre. What's the most important thing you've learned, Ali?
The most important thing I learned was how to take initiative and stay committed to a goal. It taught me responsibility, confidence, and how to manage my time more effectively.
It's fascinating how these projects create what we call asset-based community development. Instead of focusing on what's lacking, we identify and build on the strengths already present in the community. How did this project help you recognise your own strengths?
This project helped me see that I'm stronger in teamwork and communication than I thought. At the youth centre, I found myself naturally stepping into roles where I could support others, share ideas, and help keep things organised.
Firstly, we've got Katie, who's 15 and the president of the action team. Katie, can you tell us about your experience in the project? What have you been doing?
My experience in the project has been both engaging and rewarding. I was involved in several key activities, including the opening day, My role mainly focuses on making sure that tasks were completed on time, collaborating closely with team members, and giving ideas during planning discussions.
That sounds amazing. Community development theory talks a lot about empowerment, giving individuals the tools and confidence to take control of their lives. Do you feel more empowered after participating?
Yes, I definitely felt more empowered after participating. The project helped me build confidence in my abilities, especially in areas like communicating, problem solving, and working with others.
Finally, we have Laurie, who's 18 and the Vice President for the Action Team. How has being involved in this project impacted your life outside?
The involvement in the project has impacted my personal life as it has given me the confidence in everyday life, helped me build positive relationships with others, and given me skills that have helped me enter an adult life, and provided support with personal issues and the transition from school to college. The impact of the youth workers in the youth centre have inspired me in the future to go to university to study community development.
That's a powerful example of social inclusion. Community projects should break down barriers and ensure everyone has an opportunity to participate fully in society. Did you feel more connected to the community through this project?
Through the project, I became more involved in the community, helping with community events, which has made me feel I belong. The experiences and opportunities the project's given me have helped me find a voice, which have helped me develop my communication skills to raise awareness of matters that affect me.
These stories perfectly illustrate how community development isn't just a theory. It's a tangible force that shapes young people's lives. By creating empowerment, building on existing strategies, and promoting social inclusion, projects like these are vital investments in our collective future. Thank you to the amazing young people for sharing their experiences. Stick with us as we continue to explore the power of community. Our youth project isn't just about individual growth, it's deeply rooted in community development. We believe in empowering young people to become active contributors to the wider community, creating a sense of belonging and collective responsibility. As part of today's podcast, we're exploring how we put this into practice through collaboration and community engagement. One of the key pillars of our project is building strong partnerships. We're always actively seeking collaborations with local businesses, schools, and other organisations. These partnerships are built on mutual benefit, enriching both the project and our community partners. We also work closely with local schools, offering workshops and mentorship programmes that complement the existing curriculum. This helps us reach a wider audience and provide young people with access to creative opportunities they might not have otherwise had. Furthermore, we collaborate with other organisations to share resources, experiences, and create joint initiatives to amplify our impact. Showcasing the incredible talent of our young people is essential. We regularly hold organised community events and exhibitions where young people can show all their hard work and fundraise for the project. These events not only provide a platform for young people to gain recognition and confidence, but also serve as a bridge between the project and the wider community. For example, our Open Day has become a highlight of the local calendar, attracting hundreds of visitors and generating positive media coverage. These events are designed to be inclusive and accessible, creating a sense of community pride and celebrating the creativity of our young people. Our approach is underpinned by the key principles of community development theory, which emphasises the importance of participation, empowerment, and social justice. We believe that by making young people the decision makers in our process, we're providing them with the skills and resources they need to succeed. And addressing the systematic inequalities, we can create a more vibrant and equitable community for us all. Specifically, we draw inspiration from Paulo Freire's Pedagogy of Oppressed. This framework guides us in empowering young people to become agents of change, challenging them to critically examine the world around them and develop solutions to the issues they face. In conclusion, Irvine Youth Legacy Centre is committed to creating strong community ties through collaboration, engagement, and the application of community development theory. By working together, we can create a more vibrant, inclusive, and empowered community for all. Unfortunately, that's all we're going to have time for today in the Legacy Lounge's first ever podcast. like to thank you all for listening, and we can't wait to welcome you back next week where we're handing over to the young people to hear more about what they have to say. I'm your host Morgan, thanks for listening.
It's where you're found.